Thank God. And here come the cops roaring in. Two lit ambulances? No, that's a fire truck. And there's a squad car. Well, on the upside, at least they're going to keep traffic away from this. It's getting below zero. It's very cold outside. I'm putting on the warm gloves. Glad to see the ambulance wasn't needed. My face is starting to freeze. That wind chill's below zero. Somebody is not wearing hats or gloves. Of course, those firefighters don't look like they're properly equipped for this weather either. Hey, traffic stopping behind that fire truck. What she's doing, filming both vehicles, that's actually a really good idea. I don't know if I had her in the clip. That lady that's filming these vehicles, that's probably the best thing you can do for an insurance thing, is to get a complete record of the damage of both your vehicle and the vehicle that was in the accident. That holds up in court. They can't charge you for anything that didn't happen. They can't try to say that damage that did happen didn't happen if you're trying to get a claim. Here comes some more traffic. You can see where they're cleaning up the parts of the car that they can find. And God bless these drivers here. They don't need to be directed. They're all acting responsibly. Thank God. Slow connection. I wonder if these cops are going to keep acting like Christmas lights or if they're going to actually try to direct traffic. I'm glad to see everybody's acting so responsibly. See that snow? It's just a little bit. My super gas efficient vehicle is getting stuck all over the city. I wonder if that fancy Miata, and I'm totally in love with Miatas, didn't get itself in trouble the same way. Looks like it's skidded out of control and into the... just doing a 360 around the vehicles. It's actually the right thing to do once you've been in an accident. It's bitterly cold out here. Soft top car too. It's got to stay running to stay warm. Yeah, they're mostly just putting the parts of the vehicle in the garbage. And it looks like that other cop ran inside. He wasn't even responsible enough to have on a hat and gloves. That SUV's messed up. The damage is on the wrong side of the vehicle. Thank God I didn't fall. Rainfall here. We're a semi-arid region of the dry side. But that's the wrong side of the vehicle that's been damaged. I don't know if I can safely make it across or not. There's an intersection over there, possibly even a crosswalk, but with the police's harassment, I'm not sure if I want to try. Go ahead and watch my footing. There's loose snow from blowing and yet tons of solid stuff to trip over. Yeah, there's damage to the inner fender. Looks like that Mazda sped up and around. Not a good place. Well, I guess there's worse places to be stuck out in the middle of the road. They're all being extra responsible on this snow, thank God. These cops are taking it for granted they're all going to behave. If they'd have maintained the roads, this probably wouldn't have even happened. God bless these firefighters for doing it. Yeah, look at that. They obviously weren't even plowing. This is one of the biggest, most main roads of Minot, North Dakota. The north and south continuation of Highway 83. This road basically goes north to the Canadian border. And they did not plow this in the city. This much snow. They weren't plowing. You see that? 4 different snow plows. Here's number 4. They did not have the main drag of the city plowed. We've got all this garbage about bomb squads and all this other stuff, and we are wasting money left and right for things that are rarely used, but we're not seeing those snow plows anywhere, including up where I live. There's a 5th snowplow, a 6th snowplow. There's no excuse for this garbage. If these snowplows were operating 24/7 after the snowstorms, this road would be empty of snow. Change out hands. I need to bow up my other one to keep my hands warm. Hi, Bobby. Thanks for watching. 7 snowplows plowing the exact same section of road. And they can't go ahead and plow our main street. This is one of the most main streets in Minot. Highway 2 is possibly the only other more traveled area. This is like a major north-south route. 8 snowplows. None of them are doing this lane that all the traffic's in. They're not keeping up with Burdick Expressway or the side streets either. And I want to know why. Hey, is she okay? Does she need a coat? I got a coat and a blanket in my car. What about the SUV? And they got more snowplows and a sand truck. Some of this ice is like glass. And they're not doing anything. How is it we've got this many snowplows and scrapers, but we're not getting the snow? There goes the sand truck. What is wrong with the people running this city? God, don't let me forget to save that video I did with Public Works. Somebody needs their ears cleaned. I see you found your hat and gloves. I remember going down 16th and one of the lanes was almost completely obstructed. The slow lane was almost completely obstructed with snow. There goes one of his rubber gloves. Hey, when are they going to get the other side of the road? 8 snowplows for 1 lane. Or 2 lanes, one side of it. Looks like the SUV is about ready to get loose. Oh, here comes somebody with a bobcat. You see how he's guiding him? That's the type of guidance I needed at the post office. I was not going to go around that truck blind with kids and cops running in back of me. Spent too many years as a driver, period. Thank God. Okay, he probably struck her rear end. There's got to be a story behind this. Poor lady didn't even have a coat on in there. Okay, that's 21. And it says supervisor. Stay warm in there. I noticed you didn't even have a proper winter coat on. You're doing the best thing possible to an accident. The 360 around both vehicles makes a record for the insurance and the court. Proves what did and did not happen. Number 9. See how it's obscured with ice? That's a 4-wheel drive. I wonder if the sports car stopped it suddenly, or if this is somehow his thing. A lot of accidents happen even when they got traction. Just one thing is tracking a person: radio, the phone, anything. And you see what's going on. Questions either. What happened? I mean, yeah, I think we're going to be okay. Looks like the part of the gas station's closed too. Something I'm going to point out. You see how the plates just say police? If you don't have that number, you don't know who's in the squad car, what's going down. to the back tire. This car is better, sitting better than that fancy SUV. That fake bumper and everything's gone. Look at that sheet metal. Itty bitty thing. But it's built so well. I'm admiring your car. I noticed the difference in damage between the SUV and your rear. That's pretty cool. It's real metal there. The front side of that SUV though, that's toast. Talk about which vehicle's better. They need to pry up that metal a little more though, so you can move your back tire. You can get it to where it's going. Looks like they're not giving me too much trouble, thank God. The gas station's closed. Yeah, it's just a plastic bumper cover over the actual bumper. Sorry, what'd you say?
Whatever that was, didn't stay on for a while.
Yeah, this is your actual bumper. The thing that looks like it hooks around and protects your tire and engine, that's actually just a plastic decorative thing. That's sort of been there for a minute there where they've been complaining about it, that the actual bumpers don't go all the way around like they used to. Did you want a tool or something to cut the rest of that? Did you want a tool or something to cut the rest of that off? I've got some tin snips in my trunk.
Yeah, I'll take one. Yeah, that'll be good.
Let me go ahead and see if I can get to them real quick. Looks like the gas station just closed as I came over. I hate the part where they try to convince people to be afraid of me. Talk about bias. And the worst part is they try to say of a disability I don't have. It's illegal forwards and backwards, up and down, but it doesn't stop them. And they don't seem to care that they're hurting people too. Let's go ahead and get that glove back on. It's so cold, everything burns. It's probably close to zero now, if it's not already below it. My car is so poorly done. Okay, I had tin snips in here. These are needle nose, channel locks. I got spare clothes for an emergency. Keep having things go wrong in really bad weather. And you better believe that's a good teacher to remember to have stuff on hand. I saw tin snips in here. Pray to God I didn't leave them on any part of the vehicle where they'd fall off. Not sure I want to live cast just what a piece of trash I am. There's all the heads to that socket wrench. Another pair of needle nose pliers and no sign of my tin snips. Thank you God I've got so many tools. There's a Verendry one. Tin Snips, where did you go? I must have set them outside the bag where they'd possibly be easier to find. Little pliers. Some cutting ability in at least one of those needle nose. Thank God I got this much stuff. I just wish some of it was a little more useful to the situation, but maybe it is and I just don't know it. I thought I had something in here. I do have that really sharp knife the homeless man gave me. Go. I've got my flashlights for an emergency, but this is something else. Those tin snips don't seem to be anywhere. More pliers. Well, it's good I have all these pliers. Gee. Thank God those other ones aren't gone for good. Maybe they're the great beyond of what did I do with it, man? All this stuff in the car, emergency candles, books to return to the Williston Library that their free shelf. Not one sign of those tin snips. I used to have a utility knife in here. Say a prayer. I thought I had tin snips on hand. I can't believe this. When I was trying to break the bike loose, I was only a minute and left it. There goes a Band-Aid. Or at least a Band-Aid paper. You know what, big God, my hands and face aren't freezing. Pliers, anti-seize red lubricant, none of which will help that poor guy cut that thing off his vehicle. And I'm wondering, am I being the sharpest tool in the shed? These needle nose have some cutting ability, but probably not enough to be practical. I got a knife in the car in case my seatbelt ever jams. It's super sharp. I wonder if I shouldn't try that one. this is what I was trying to find. Hopefully they're sharp enough to work.
I just called my brothers. They're gonna come and bring a trailer, and I'm probably just gonna drive it up on top of there. I might just pull the whole thing off.
It's not a terrible idea.
Huh?
It's not a terrible idea. I keep a lot of tools around because I never know where I'm going to break down. I've actually been trapped between Ryder and Makoti. Is totally flat. All you need to do is throw a little air in there too.
Huh?
Just thinking they use that air pumps. Oh, finally we're getting snowplows in that lane. I don't know who hit who, and I'm not sure I should be asking, but maybe if that thing had enough air, or if you had a spare.
I got a spare.
Perfect weather to be changing tires.
I'm gonna have my brothers. They're gonna come. We're gonna just put it on a trailer.
Good idea. Careful not to cut yourself.
I think I'm gonna. Now that my brother's gonna come, I don't think I'm gonna cut that off now. I think I'll just drive it up on the trailer and then.
Yeah, you might be able to reuse it.
Yeah. I appreciate it though. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I didn't notice this thing was totally flat to boot.
Yeah. Yep.
Here, look at this. Holy cow, that little bitty sports car came through it better than this.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, they need to do something. This thing could be out here to the length of that tire. That would have done you better. Making these front ends out of more solid stuff, it cuts down on the gas mileage by adding weight to the vehicle, but it makes it safer that way. And it makes it come through the accidents better.
Are you live streaming or?
Yeah, kinda. Among other things, I'm noticing that is a main thoroughfare from this state and another state, and they did not bother to plow it, and look at what happened. You notice those snowplows, there's like 8 coming through the other lane by the time you were being, pulled out of here.
Yeah. Well, that's all. It's not the snow's fault.
No, and I'm not entirely sure it's yours either.
It wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault.
Yeah, not this weather.
Huh?
Not this weather. They're spending all this money on all this other garbage, and we're in North Dakota. Why in the world do we not have these plows plowing our mains?
I don't know. They do a good job mostly. There's a lot of snow.
Your registration, your insurance, and then this is going to be
Step back a little bit.
The
Even
law.
up there, even up. No. I'm literally needing to take a photo of right here. If you could just step back like 2 feet, that'd be awesome. Thank you so much.
that's all I need. That's all you I called
Notice how they're using photography as a tool to record what's going on too. Stay warm. Dear God. It's wicked cold outside. Hope and pray his family gets there soon.
Nice weather until the last couple of days, I guess.
When I was born, we were in the outer lane, and he was in the inner lane. You were like this.
You can record all you want. You can't be in our business, so step back a little
No,
bit, okay?
I'm not in your
No,
business,
just
sir.
Step back a little bit. Thank
Sir,
you so much.
they're specifically ruling about my right to record the audio. Please stop interfering. What you're
You
doing
can't
is
be right
called
up in our business, though,
Sir,
so-
you cannot be up in my business. Please do not engage in prior restraint. The court's ruled repeatedly that that is not lawful.
Let the officer talk to the lady. So
Qualified
she can do her
immunity
job.
does not cover you violating the law.
They said that you put in front of him, and that's he slammed on his brakes, and the road conditions that made him stop, but that he cut him off. So that's what happened. So that's why I don't think it's okay. So it's a $40
Melissa,
ticket.
you're literally,
Yeah,
literally
you're
touching
in
me.
front of my. You know,
You're
you
literally
are touching me.
okay?
You came
You
here.
can be relatively close. Just don't even touch.
Well,
like,
if you
don't
want
get-
me to
don't
go
be
in
so
front
close
of
that
you, I
touch me,
can.
okay?
You're interfering with me recording. That's
you
called
don't-
prior restraint.
This
You
is
just
still
touched
like
me
crash
again.
scene that we are investigating.
just interfered
so
with my
you don't get to
camera.
be within our scene either, okay? So just hold on.
I know, but it happened here in my house. You have to pay it. It's too much. So you can go to this address in person and pay it, or if you call them, you can pay it over the phone. Okay? Do you have questions at all? Okay. We're just waiting for the tow truck to populate the car, and they'll usually let you drive with us, and then you'll be good to go. Okay? All right.
Thank you.
Please do not interfere with me recording the audio. Thank God these tin snips fit in my pocket. I better go before this holes. I'm just recording what they're saying. I should probably, well, what do I say? Part of the reason I'm out here is because I don't want to see the law broken. Whether it's them jumping in front of my camera to do prior restraint and trying to interfere with me hearing the audio, or whether it's half a dozen other things that they're doing or not doing. And I do want to see stuff. Whether it's them behaving as the heroes that they try to build themselves as, or whether it's other things too, but in the meantime, if they're being jerks, if people are being left out to freeze, I want that to come out.
Yeah, the state would have the right of it. They get to go through
cut all the way over into the turning lane, cutting off him. So that's how he rear-ended you, because you cut in front of him.
I don't see any sign.
Okay, I'm just telling you what he said and what the witness said. Maybe you could have been that you might not have seen him because you guys were so close to each other. Sometimes that happens if there's a vehicle really close, like they're in the lane next to you, but they're really close, like to you, almost side by side. Sometimes you can't see them in your mirror.
No, I
You look like that. Okay. Well,